I'll call the meeting to order.
Oh, yeah, no, I think they could be.
Just a reminder that town meeting will be 3 weeks from Monday night, on Monday, May 6th, and it will be at 7 o'clock. And we have quite a few agenda items and our warrant articles, so come prepared.
What is the forum?
8. Okay, we have a review and approval of the minutes for March 7th. March 7th. Are there any corrections?
Motion to approve.
Motion has been made to approve.
Second.
Second. Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
Hey, Larry. I know it's already been accepted, but there's a note in here about temp wall for Phase 5A. We're not doing a wall, we're doing a curtain system. It's 2 weeks worth of work building a wall. It's not feasible for 2 weeks. I'm just reading that now. I know it's from January.
What page?
But you and I had talked about it.
Bottom of 2.
Project updates in the last paragraph.
Last paragraph.
Last
Page
paragraph.
2. At the time.
Yeah, but that's what we discussed. At the meeting, we discussed that. Since then, you and I have talked
Yes.
otherwise.
All right.
So we can, as part of
But yeah,
updates, we'll bring it forward.
Right.
Okay, project update.
As of the end of March, financially, the project's at 67% complete. Well, I shouldn't say finally. The construction is 67% complete. We've been in phase 4 since beginning of February, and we are now transitioning really today into finishes. All the rough plumbing, the electrical, HVAC work, for all intents and purposes, is done, and drywall has been installed. It's being prepared and sanded, and the painter started today doing his primer coat on all the walls. And over the next several weeks, finished trades will start to work in the space. The wall tile and game bathrooms, that is actually started and is pretty far along as of this afternoon. One of the items that will be occurring during spring break will be the replacement of the curtain wall in the lower, just outside of Lower South, as you exit out to the playground. To facilitate the loss of that egress at the school, the bus loop, vestibule 12, what referred to as 1200, that will be activated for emergency use only, and the contractor will provide fencing so that in an emergency, students will be channeled out in a protected area so they can't wander into the general construction that is taking place outside in the form of the storage of materials.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Okay.
Yes.
Punch list for phase 3 is ongoing. We're in a position of back punching phases 1 and 2. Completion of phase 4 when we turn over at the end of transition into the lower east wing, and it's referred to as Phase 5A. And what Tom was mentioning earlier about initially there was going to be a wall down the entire corridor. What they are going to do now is they will limit access through existing doorways, but they will be working on the east side.
It would be the
No,
north
side.
side of
North
the
side.
east wing, and we'll be accessing through where the gym door is, and coming into the gym teacher's office. That'll be our access in, so we won't be bothering the kids at all. And we'll provide access for the upper wings to come out in emergency egress in and around the back of the gymnasium.
The anticipated turnover is May 31st, and we've already started conversations with staff
Got the schedule almost ready to go.
to coordinate moving various teachers from, in some cases, their final home. Others will have to wait till the end of August. But we're in the home stretch as it relates to moves. What else do we have here? The days have been fairly uneventful in terms of issues and work has just been proceeding.
I like hearing that. I like it on uneventful days.
Uneventful's nice.
Yeah, actually, Tom's been hitting golf balls all the time.
After hours.
Does anybody have any questions about what's been happening in the building?
I guess not.
Okay. Update on the site and roadway. We've met internally to try and fine-tune some of the geometry issues related with what we presented last time in and around islands to make sure that we're providing the right size cutbacks and making sure that where we have vertical or sloped granite or even the bituminous curbing, that those areas are correct. One of the things we did the other day to help confirm certain things is we had one of the buses actually go through the motions of using the bus drop-off area and the area where the bus would actually pull into. We utilized the very furthest slot from the entrance, because that would be the tightest for coming around that last area. And as it presently is designed with the curbing and the island, we took our measurements and we're refining that. Dawn Whittier, Lee, who was here last time, is working on that drawing. So very shortly we will represent everything that we feel is the working drawing and provide it as a menu of options with costing, because costing is also it has been started to see what the value of some of these changes are. Not all the changes are necessary, and it becomes, does it make better sense, and is it a cost that everybody wants to entertain? We'll have that conversation in probably the next meeting. We should be prepared to do that.
And the plans for the 1A entrance off the highway into the school are submitted to the state?
I'm trying to remember the last email. That was,
So he's been out for a couple of
Yeah.
days, but he's been trying to chase confirmation. I don't know if you got copies.
Yeah, we got something back from Nish the other day, so I believe they have the design of the entrance is with that Mass DOT.
never talked to him. Any questions about the exterior?
Yeah, Larry, has anything been resolved about the fire chief's request for a new hydrant?
We're working on, we've worked with him about location,
Yeah.
and it's in the process of being priced. So there is a solution, we just don't know what the financial impact is right now. We'll have that sooner, and
Next week, I will have all of that list. I won't have all the backup. Everything's priced, but it was priced as a pick-em package, but be able to submit the bulk of it with the order of magnitude for everyone to look at.
That's all that even site changes, you're saying?
and the hydrant. And we can do it as a working group as part of our construction meeting, just to get the early look, since we won't meet probably for no more at this level. Any other questions? Next item is just kind of a check-in and get a pulse. Has everyone been able to utilize or get into SharePoint?
I believe I responded to everyone that's reached out to me so far.
Again, if there's any issues, just get in touch with Ethan.
Okay.
FF&E?
Good.
We are finalized pricing for the Phase 5 furniture. We're trying to get a working group session together for early next week, either Tuesday or Wednesday. So
I'm not here next week.
You're not here next week at all? So we'll figure out how to... Are you in your back the following week?
Yep.
Okay. We'll see what we can do with that timeline. Do that. But that, so we'll go over that. The furniture, we have most of the equipment updates as well included in that whole package. There's a couple things that were still something that the vendors were using can't price. There's maybe 10 items, and most of it's in the OTPT area. It's random stuff that just they're not carried. So we've done some work to try to find other vendors that would pick up those, and so we're still working on that. But we have kind of a snapshot in time, so we'll present that at the working group and go over those numbers.
Can I add one thing? We very graciously, our PTA gave us $5,000 to purchase furniture for the extended learning areas. So I worked with them and we bought rugs and 20 items of furniture that will be going to the grades 1 through 4 extended learning areas. It's currently being shipped. Something to put in there to get us started.
Yeah. And I'll be included in that meeting.
Yeah.
Yes, you ain't.
Okay, requisition.
Right now, we're on requisition 12. Everyone's been a little busy with other things in their life. But I'm ready to sit down with Dennis and Marissa and go through their comments. And then I'll sit down and finalize with Tom.
Yeah, I should have that probably done for you by, I guess, by tomorrow.
Okay. Great. MSBA paperwork.
We have none.
I have one. One of the things that we're tasked with on a reporting basis is rating the subcontractors. So I have a rating sheet that I need the town to sign after the meeting. SBA paperwork on it.
Okay.
So Larry, on that
Yeah.
requisition, when can we expect to see that?
I'm hoping to get it to you by Monday, Tuesday, the latest. I just need, you know, we're putting the invoice together, whatever Tom and I go through for corrections. If you know, if I get all the comments, then we'll do that Monday. Oh wait, you're not here Monday.
I can be here
You're
Monday.
closed.
I could do it over the phone too.
Do that too.
I just love it here. I wouldn't mind coming.
It's fine. I mean, we're working. I know the job is closed for the holiday.
When I'm done running the marathon, I'll be here.
Okay.
No, but I can come in if you want. I'm
Yeah,
only
I
20
mean-
minutes away. So.
Yeah, I mean, if
It's
if
going
we're
to be
ready,
raining.
Yeah, we've been working on the main invoice and getting that ready. So just have to drop numbers in. So before Wednesday is closed.
If he gives it, if he just the day he gives it to me, I can make the changes and get it notarized. So I can have it within a day of those comments.
Next meeting date?
Choose.
For May?
I left my phone. I don't. Yeah, I don't.
I'd rather not have it before the town election, which is on the 14th, so maybe the 16th.
Thank you.
Is it Thursday the 16th?
Anybody have a problem with the May 16th?
16.
16th.
16, 23rd, 30. Those are the Thursdays.
All right. Anybody have a problem with the May 16th? No?
Same time? Same place?
May 16th. 6:30. Anything other? Chris?
I just wanted to, while we were talking about turnover of Phase 4, is there an update on the replacement window that was the window that's in there now is undersized? Will that be installed before the 31st?
Yes, sir. May 17th. It's due to be. There's two of them.
There was two. So there'll be no interruptions. It'll be in, the classes won't be interrupted.
Will be turned over and finished within 4 days of that install. So,
Good.
but they are due to be delivered out to the site on the 17th of May.
Speaking of the site, has United Civil resumed operations, or are they about to?
Picking away. Small crew. Just doing a little hammering here and there when they can. Really don't want to do anything. There's really not a lot to do while we're occupied. They may start working out here in the fenced-in area, but we've got to put a whole schedule together. But it's about in front of the AP building is about the only place they could go right now without interrupting and being noisy.
What about landscaping?
Landscaping is going to be we've gone as far as we can with landscaping right now. It's going to be, unfortunately, we'll seed what we can during the summer, but we're going to have to come back in the fall, planting season. We'll get what we can in.
I did notice most of the smaller plantings survived the winter, as far as their structure. They didn't get broken over. And the new grass is coming up.
The new grass is starting to come. I'm hopeful. If it's getting spotty, I'll have them come out and seed it while the weather's still good now, just to get. You'll probably hit that before it gets warm out. Come by, hit it again in the spotty areas.
It's looking better. That's it, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I just want to
Liz?
remind the group, especially Tom, when the next MCAS testing dates are. Do you have the calendar? Or you want me to give you the dates?
I have the calendar.
You do. So you know which wings?
No.
You want me to give that to you privately?
Yes.
Can you
Thank you.
copy me on that also?
Yep.
Grounds maintenance.
I gave one copy to Walter.
Of the MCAS dates?
Probably. I haven't looked at it that closely.
All set?
Yep.
Anything?
I have none. No.
All set? Okay, motion?
To adjourn? Yes.
We have a motion? Second. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you very much for coming. See you at